Why does it feel like so many young men are just checking out of life? That's the question I keep asking myself. And maybe you've noticed it too. Maybe in your friend group, maybe in yourself. There's this quiet wave spreading through our generation where guys are just losing their drive. Not just in relationships, but in careers, personal goals, health, and just life in general. And it's not because men are lazy or weak. I'm talking about something deeper, something bigger. I think it's because many of us are stuck in a system that never taught us how to build meaning or how to fight for our future when it doesn't feel like there's much left to fight for. Think about it. School taught you how to memorize things, but not how to find purpose. Society told you to get a degree, get a job, maybe get married, but no one really explained what to do when those things felt empty or unreachable. So when young men say they're giving up, I don't hear laziness. I hear disconnection. To anyone listening, you're not broken. You're reacting to a world that's changing fast, and without a playbook for how to adapt. Even though it may not be your fault, and there are many times where it's not, it is your responsibility to do something about it. You have to find it within yourself to change. This is actually a good thing, because it means you don't have to wait. You can take control, and you can start now. Let's talk about what's actually happening. A growing number of young men are stepping away from traditional paths. No dating, no striving for career achievements. Some even are dropping out of college or choosing to stay at home rather than work. It's easy to say it's about being lazy, and some of it is, but I don't think that's the full picture. I think it's also about being exhausted, confused, and even a quiet despair. And I think a lot of it boils down to three big factors: lack of direction, low self-worth, and isolation. We live in a world full of endless options, but little guidance, leaving many to feel like they're just spinning on their wheels. Without a clear sense of purpose or a mission, life becomes aimless, often leading to feelings of resentment, anxiety, and emotional numbness, which can lead to a lack of direction. This sense of aimlessness is compounded by low self-worth. Many young men tie their sense of value directly to achievement. When success doesn't come quickly or at all, it can feel like they're not measuring up. Social media amplifies this by constantly showing others seamlessly thriving while they're left feeling stuck, comparing their struggles to other success. On top of this, isolation has reached an all-time high. Male loneliness is a growing issue, with fewer strong friendships, mentors, or brotherhoods to turn to. This lack of social support makes it more difficult to navigate life's challenges. And without a strong network, it's easy to feel like you're walking through this alone. These combined factors, lack of direction, low self-worth, and isolation, create a perfect storm, leaving many young men feeling like quitting is the only way out. When you're in this bad place, giving up is often framed as this logical, calculated decision. Why try if the outcome might not even be satisfying? If life is just stacked up against you? If nothing really matters? But that kind of thinking is deceptive. This impulse to giving up is not truly rational. It's emotional. It's rooted in fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of trying and seeing no results. Apathy is not being neutral. It's a shield. It's a cover for the anxiety and dread that comes with confronting a difficult or uncertain world. When people disengage, when they give into escapism, compulsive gaming, sitting in bed and binging shows, or doom scrolling, it's not because you've reasoned your way to surrender. It's because you're afraid, and apathy is easier to accept than to hope. The desire to give up isn't a conclusion of deep thinking. It's a result of emotional exhaustion. It's like being in limbo, not wanting to die, but not caring enough to live. That's not logic thinking. It's despair. True rationality would ask, even if the odds are low, is it still worth the effort? The emotional mind already says no because it's already defeated, but the rational mind can see the value even in uncertainty. The truth is, if giving up were really neutral or reasoned, it wouldn't manifest as compulsive escapism or passive consumption. It would be quiet, indifferent. But it's not. It's very loud and noticeable, repetitive in its distractions, and ultimately self-destructive. That's not logic. It's pain in disguise. Now, let me tell you what changed everything for me, and what I've seen change the lives of other guys too. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need direction, a target, something that pulls you forward. What I've come to realize in my own life is, what you focus on, you attract. Your attention, your mind, is the only real thing you have control over, and what you focus on, you'll get more of. There's even a couple of verses about this in the Bible. Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they do have, will be taken from them. Matthew 13:12, if you want to look it up. Now, up front, it might sound a little harsh, but what Jesus is saying in this parable is that those who are willing to receive and embrace things will be blessed with more understanding and insight, while those who are indifferent or hostile to it will find even their limited understanding taken away. It might sound simple, even cliche, but it works. Think of it like the YouTube algorithm. If you constantly watch self-improvement videos, more will show up on your feed. If you skip or pass these videos, the algorithm will stop showing them to you unless you seek them out. So this is how you should frame it. Forget about finding your one true passion or purpose, at least for right now. Peace and fulfillment isn't a destination. It's not something you need to go out and achieve and that's it. The problem comes with all the stuff you already have in your life that's in the way of achieving what you want to achieve. I don't have all the answers. Most likely, I don't know much about you. The negative things you're dealing with, you personally have to be the one to figure it out and find out how to deal with it. You have to identify the negative stuff in your life that's blocking you from achieving what you want and remove them from your life. But what I do know is that the things you constantly give your attention to shape your reality. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about building a habit of choosing your direction moment by moment. Yes, you have to do the work to get out of the situation you're in. But if you're not in the right mindset, if you don't have it in you to even attempt to take that first step, you'll always be stuck in this place. It all starts with your mind. You see, our emotions are often tied to our thoughts, and stronger emotions tend to make these thoughts stronger. If you focus on negativity or negative aspects of your life, you will yield more negativity. This can often lead us to feel fear or bitter about life. The secret here is that you have to be vigilant. Don't overcomplicate it. Whenever you engage in any negativity, when you argue with people, anytime you engage in anything that makes you feel bad, you're going to yield more bad and negative things. Attaining a life where you're happy and fulfilled is really more about not engaging and entertaining negativity than it is about trying to be positive all the time. I'm not telling you to walk around and smile and push everything down just to appear more positive and happy-go-lucky. What you need to do is eliminate the negativity in your life. This can sometimes be hard because you can't always make yourself not have bad thoughts. If I tell you right now, don't think about a purple panda. You can't make yourself stop thinking about a purple panda. What you need to do is shift your focus to something else. You have to redirect your focus. Thoughts become feelings. Feelings become actions. Actions become results. That's how the chain works. It all begins with your thinking. When your thoughts are constantly centered around fear, doubt, or resentment, you start to feel anxious, heavy, and stuck. From here, your actions, or lack of them, begin to reflect that internal state. And unsurprisingly, your results stay the same. Frustrating, disappointment, or empty. Let's say you have some negative thoughts pop into your head. I'll never achieve anything. I'm not attractive. I'll never be with a beautiful woman. These are negative things that we often tell ourselves. What's important is that you notice it and eventually you have to realize this is just a story you're telling yourself. Who's making this up? Who's the person that's asserting you'll never do or have these things? If you can become aware of your thoughts and deliberately choose to focus on things that align with who you want to be, not who you've been or what others expect you to be, your feelings begin to shift. You start taking actions that support your vision, even in small ways. And these small choices, repeated daily, shape your reality over time. This is a practice. And like any practice, it takes time. You don't have to fake positivity. You just have to stop focusing on what drains you. Redirect your focus towards what builds you. Thoughts that bring you clarity. People that energize you. Habits that reinforce who you're becoming. Do this enough and your life begins to shift. Not overnight, but certainly over time. Your reality isn't something that just happens to you. You're shaping it right now with every thought you choose to entertain. So the real question is, what are you choosing? You ultimately get to decide the life you want to live. If you feel like giving up, you're not alone. But don't stay there. Start where you are. But the moment you decide not to quit and start moving forward, even if it's small, you're no longer lost. You're on the path to getting back to where you want to go. And that path will lead to somewhere better. It may not be easy, but it will get better. And with that said, my name's Kale, and I hope you all make the most out of every moment that lies ahead.